Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 3 or Danger ni出会いを求めるのは間違っているだろうかIII or Season 3 or Danmachi Season 3 on Episode 7. To me, this is actually one of the nice episodes of the entire series of Danmachi itself. I mean, even though it suffers for some other problems throughout Season 3, even I'm being honest with something, I still think that the way how it ended, that shows a lot of courage. It reminds me a lot of how nasty of a person can be depending on how they stand out in reality, you know? Now, you guys might be saying, okay, what the heck are you even talking about, dude? Can you start taking on the recap and telling us what's up, what you feel about it, or etc.? Yeah, I will. And if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Dix ends up taking on Bel Crano, and apparently Bel Crano is actually struggling against Dix, you know, because he's a higher level. But we get to see that the curse that Dix placed on everybody or the monsters is like this, you know. This kind of curse right now is something that that gives him some kind of handicap or heavyweight on him, you know, and there's nothing he can do about it. But that aside, we have to it that there's a small scene episode. There's some small scenes involving a Minotaur after after the opening, and it was pretty intense, you know. It was like all the adventurers seems to be defeated very badly, etc., but not killed, you know. They were damaged pretty badly, that much I can say. But that aside, we get to know about Dix's curse, you know, which I also call the Daedalus curse. Dix can't really fight against this thing at all. Like this blood oath or this thing that he was born with from birth till now, he can't fight against it. No matter what, no matter how much food or how much alcohol or how much women he be going or doing something else, you know, he can't fight it. He is forced to be told to build the damn labyrinth, build the damn labyrinth, build the damn labyrinth, you know? And the only thing that able to satiate his feeling or this desire behind his eyes or this curse, the Daedalus curse, is is to kill and hurt talking monsters. This upsets Bel very much and tells him that's for your stupid reason, and Dix gets upset that he calls it a stupid reason and punches and hurts Bel a lot and says, "What the hell would you know? Do you know this curse on me is worse than you expected? Something that's like an itch that you can't even get rid of, huh? And then he decides to bring Bel along to go see Weene, you know? And we have to it that he brings Weene and he ends up removing one thing on top of Weene's forehead, which Weene does not want because apparently that thing is supposed to be some kind of important restriction or something to hold off of Weene's possible true form, which is later on revealed. Dix decides to rip it off and cause Weene to go on a rampage, and Bel, on the other hand, despite seeing Weene in a monstrous form, ends up being hurt and being damaged by her, you know, and still doesn't give up on her. And Weene, on the other hand, realizing Bel, hearing those words, hey, it's gonna be okay, you know, it's gonna be okay. And Weene is starting to come to her senses, but not very easily, you know. Dix, who finds disappointment in Bel and calls him a hypocrite, a brat who doesn't really understand what's going on here, and he was about to cause some damage, and that he was gonna cause some damage to Bel. But Bel cuts the tip off his spear and says, "So what? If a person or a monster asks for help, it's only natural to help them. That's it." And Dix gets upset about this and thought he was going to finish off Bel after beating him to a corner, you know. But unfortunately for Dix, he gets attacked by Lid. And Lid, inspired by Bel's words, who decides to work together with him, decides to work with Bel to face him head on. Eventually, they manage to defeat Dix, but unfortunately for them, is he undid the curse that he did on the monsters to survive against Bel's attack and became his natural, normal status as a level 5, you know? Eventually, We have two that Dix decides to send Weenie on a rampage of a certain illusion and sends her to the surface world, you know? This upsets Belle a lot, but Dix says, hey, don't focus on me, focus on her. See ya, bye-bye. You know, that kind of thing, you know? And we have to it that, that Belle decides to go after her, and Lid decides to follow along with Gross and the others. But we have to it that Fellas decides to heal up Belle, and Belle says, thank you, Fellas, I'll go after her now. And with the gem in his hand that Dix almost threw away, Belle managed to catch it, and thanks to Lid catching him, you know, in the nick of time. And we have to it that it was too late. Weenie ends up entering the surface world, and we have to it that Belle is trying to stop Weenie from rampaging, you know, etc. Belle shows up in time to save Haruhime and his familia from being damaged by her since she's going on a rampage, you know. And we have to it that Loki familia, etc. shows up and stops her rampage and gets ready to possibly dispose of her, you know, because of what she is. And we have to it that Belle, who is surrounded by a lot of people, is really sweating and really scared, you know? Because he remembers these words from Dix, you know, say, you're a hypocrite, you're a brat, you don't even know what the hell you're doing. The moment you're in the etc. So pretty much what Dix was trying to tell Belle behind these other words is saying, when the moment shines, you know, you're going to reveal your true self. You're just a simple hypocrite as everyone else, you know? And we have to it that Belle, scared and sweating really, really badly, and Weenie pinned by the wall by Loki Familia's spear weapon, he ends up having to stand in front of Weenie, and we have to it that Ikelos and Hermes, who's watching from afar, Ikelos is laughing because he now sees, like, I can't believe there's an idiotic kid like this. Even Hermes thinks in his mind that Belle is a fool. And the episode ends off right there. Preview next episode is called Belle Crano and then The Fool. Now, this episode right here, I think must be the episode's ending must be one of the best I ever seen for a while now. I mean, like, I might be overhyping it or overthinking this, thinking it might be the best, but hey, man, when I think about it realistically, you know, compared to like to real life and then to fictional, you know, I'm pretty sure right then and there, even if I wanted to like defend my friend, I know for the fact I'll be hated by society and be humiliated or be called a freaking like a disgusting freak, you know. But if I see any difference, you know, of a certain friend or a certain human being or something else, you know, that's different from the others, I would try to stand up. And honestly, I think I would have like backed down and just let it happen, you know, but I'll be filled with regret. Belle, on the other hand, shows a lot of human courage despite him being a kid, being a fool, or possibly being somewhat of a hypocrite. He decides to stand in front of Weenie and says, I'm defending this monster. She's way different. You just don't understand. And that's the sad thing about when it comes to society or the community, etc., you know? I mean, people are just afraid of something that they see in action, but they don't understand what's going on behind the scenes and something like that, you know? And Belle having to stand up to the society community and put his hands out saying that I'm going to defend this monster, you just don't understand, takes a lot of courage. Even if you were to be hated or humiliated by society or be cast out or be isolated or like shunned out, you know, that takes a lot of courage, Doc. I'm really saying that this ending is one of the best I ever seen, you know, the way how Belle, even being called a hypocrite and a brat when the time presents itself, you know, he tries to say otherwise. He knows Weenie is very different and that he could turn her back to normal, but not a lot of people will listen or understand, which I get, you know. It's just like how certain stories, you know, just get passed on and you just hate this person or this being or that being because of the actions they do, you know, which I understand. But yeah, I know what I'm saying is really complicating things, but what I'm trying to say is one person standing up to society, the community, etc., to say this is different. They are not the same. This one is not the same as any other monsters that would try to kill you, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I give props to like Belle having to stand up, but as many people say, this will be his toughest challenge yet, you know? And this is the biggest question too, you know? Can monsters coexist with humans on the surface on the surface world or in the surface world. That is something to be questioned about. But as Ural says, like, your familia and mine are the key to possibly having monsters to coexist with humanity. And the fact Bell shows that kind of action, you know, is possibly leading towards that. It may not happen shortly. It may not happen at all. It may happen after going through developments for a long time. But, you know, yeah. Anyways, just gonna stop it right here, you know. I give props to Bell, man. Keep it up, dog. I know what... Honestly, I had to pause a couple times because I know what Bell... I had a feeling what Bell was gonna do, and yeah. There's only a few more episodes left, man. It's gonna be tough, but we'll have to see. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!